We think that our job is to tell people answers. If we understand that God is a system or a doctrine, then of course it's our job to hand people a tract or a doctrinal statement. But if instead it's our job to help people see what it looks like to follow God, then we need to let ourselves be seen in process. When I talk about vulnerability, I'm not just talking about saying things that are hard to reveal about ourselves, but the whole experience of being vulnerable, not just feeling vulnerable, about the human experience of living in skin and getting old and forgetting things and not always having answers and getting tired, just the whole limitation of humanity. And so, of course, if we have to confess to our limitations as pastors, then we just don't want to go there. As human beings, there's this trying to keep up a strong appearance, trying to always look on top of things, and people are following us, and you want to give them something to follow. And that's what a lot of my wrestling was over. Are people following me, or are people watching how I follow someone else? And so that's, I think, one of the biggest challenges. And so if we can figure that out, somehow we become a little more comfortable with showing behind the scenes of what it looks like to follow God, as opposed to being the strong one that people are putting all their hope in. If I expect that He wants me to be in this role where I have to be, as a broken person, a reflection of a perfect God, that seems unfair, that seems cruel for Him to put me in that place. And I have resented Him because of that. But coming to a place where I see that He actually sees my brokenness and weakness as a resource for ministry, that I'm not called to ministry in spite of that, but that He wants to use that, and that somehow He longs to be embodied in human lives, then the resentment slips away, and I see how we're partnering together now, and there's so much more peace as I am forced, because most of the time my job feels like it's impossible, and that used to be a source of shame. But now every time it's impossible, I have an opportunity to say, oh my God, will you come? Will you show yourself? Because I can't do this. Not only is it more freeing for me, but it gives more grace to others when they, instead of us having quick answers, if people are able to actually see you in process and see you saying, I know that's really hard, isn't it? Let's figure that out together. Or just for people to watch us need God. For the culture, instead of seeing a church that is dogmatic and difficult and reactionary, I think what would actually be more powerful for the world to see from the church is a group of people who know how to cry out to their Father. And that's what I long for the church to be.